Are you longing for a deeper connection with your animal? Are you currently going through some transitions? And are you concerned about how your pets, or how these transitions are affecting your animals? Would you like a reading of your animal from a highly skilled animal intuitive? If you said yes to any of these, if so, then today's show is for you. Our guest will be talking about how transitions affect our pets, and she'll show you ways to successfully navigate these challenging moments. And even better, she'll be doing some live mini readings of your animals. So, as you know, I like to say, get your pen and pad ready. You're going to want to take some notes. Buckle up. We're getting ready to take a ride in the quantum field and possibly way beyond. Buckle up. I wouldn't want you to go flying off to another dimension. Or, just maybe, that's exactly what you need. Welcome to the People and Pet Show. Welcome to the People and Pet Show. I'm so grateful and honored that you've chosen to join us this morning, live or possibly on replay. And I'm so grateful to have with us our guest, Mary Beth Decker.
Hey.
Yeah. I came across Mary Beth through one of my previous guests. Some of y'all that have saw the People and Pet Show from the beginning may remember my guest, Dr. Tricia Working, that talked about a lot about cats and transitions. After I had her on a guest on my show, said, Dr. Working, do you have any other recommendations of people you'd recommend to have on my show? She said, oh, absolutely, Mary Beth Decker. So I reached out to Mary Beth, and we've been in touch, and I'm so grateful to have her on my show today. So with that preamble, also before we continue, please, as you're seeing this show, please share it out. If you know some group on Facebook, or the people that are interested in this top animal communication in general, or transitions, people that you know are going through transitions with their pets. Maybe they're moving, maybe the pet's getting to possibly transition to the next lifetime, whatever it is, please share this out and give us some likes and loves. If you're seeing this on the People and Pet Show, please give my page a like, and also the show. And also, or if you're seeing it on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel for People and Pets Energetics, and also give it a thumbs up. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Mark Hernandez. I'm the owner and founder of People and Pets Energetics, and of course, host of today's show. I help people, animals, and spaces that have hit the wall with health and well-being issues. On the people side, what commonly gets people in the door? So it's usually they're in some level of pain, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. If it's a physical pain, maybe it's low energy. They've already gone to their Western medical doctors, gotten their test runs, gotten the results back. Usually the doctors say, you need to improve on X, Y, and Z. And they do those things, and maybe that solution is incomplete. Maybe these people have also seen some alternative practitioners, a chiropractor, massage therapist, acupuncture, Chinese herbs, whatever it is. They've done that and gotten a little bit better, and there's still a missing piece. So for people that have already gone through the low-hanging fruit, things that work for 90-95% of people, they're still stuck, I'll work with them. For your pets, two main categories. First category, changes in behavior. That peeing and pooing in the household, separation anxiety. You introduce a new animal into the household, the dynamics get wonky. I work with that. If the other category is the person has taken the pet to the vet, which I recommend in all cases, because I'm not a vet in any shape or form, so always get excellent veterinary advice. Taking your pet to the vet, they discover something going on. Let's say it's a growth, a blockage in the intestine, whatever it is, I can provide a layer of energetic support, okay, in concert with your vet and other vet professionals. And finally, for your spaces, have you ever walked into a place and just go, whoa, I got to get out of here? Or if we have these open-minded real estate agents, because they know what exactly needs to go in a property to sell. They have the cabinets, everything. And let's say the house is about to sell and 7 times in a row the deal comes undone for really no good logical reason. They know something's going on. There's most likely some non-beneficial energies stuck in the house or the property. I can clear all that. So all my work is non-invasive, safe, gentle, and yields results. At times immediately, and in other cases over time. When I do these sessions, I also tell people I do multidimensional healings. For me, that means I check at people, places, and animals, other timelines. This timeline, past lives, parallel lives, future lives. Because often when things are really, really, really stuck, often there are energies in other timelines, and we can do a quick cleanup and let's let the changes show up. So I do my consultations primarily remotely by phone or video technology, and also at local holistic fairs. Last weekend I was in Madison, Wisconsin, and one of our regular viewers of the show, Kim, came up to my table, introduced herself. Great to meet her in person, and we did a session there. So thank you, Kim, for coming to Madison, Wisconsin on Saturday. So anyway, with that being said, let me now turn to introduce my guest. Oh, also one other thing, as we're going through the show, please let us know where you're seeing the show from today, okay? So if you're in Wisconsin or the Netherlands, wherever that may be, let us know where you're going, where you're coming from. And also, please write in any questions you have for Mary Beth during our conversation, or if you have like one burning issue or a few questions you want to know what your pet's thinking, please write it in. So, with that being said, give me 1 second. All right, let me introduce Mary Beth Decker. Excuse me. Okay, so Mary Beth Decker is an intuitive animal communicator and the founder of sacredgrove.com, the place where people and pets heal and connect. That's her tagline. Love it. She works with pet guardians who dearly love their animals yet face tough issues. She uses her intuitive animal communication and energetic healing skills to address animals' physical, emotional, and behavioral issues. She's especially gifted in helping pets and their people move gracefully through transitions, like into a new family, into a new family, or onto the next life. And I'm sure other types of transitions that her clients seek her help for. Mary Beth helps find peace and comfort. People find comfort knowing they have made the right decision for everyone, including their animals. They finally experience that deep mutual love with their animal for which they have longed. A retired Navy officer, Mary Beth earned 2 master's degrees while in the Navy. Her rich personal life experiences have enabled her to bring a wealth of heart-centered wisdom. We've heard that, how that's so important in the spiritual work, intuitive work, that heart-centered wisdom. And she brings that to bear to work with all her clients. Her unyielding intention is to consistently bring forth the maximum benefit for all concerned in the most benevolent way possible. She has been an invited speaker, published articles on pet guardianship and transitions, and has been the featured guest on numerous shows and podcasts. The topic of our conversation today, navigating transition with your animals. Mary Beth, welcome to the People and Pet Show.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. I'm having fun here. I just have to tell you, my little cat, Mac, yeah, he and I, this is a little off topic, but I hope cat will love this. I have dogs and cats, two dogs, 3 cats, and he will meow at me at midnight to say, "Mom, let's play." I'm like, no. So we made an arrangement that when the dogs go for a walk with my husband, that's the playtime. Well, he's looking at me like, "Hey, Mom, Dad left with the dogs. Let's go play."
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, Mac. We'll do this in about an hour. So,
yeah, in about an hour, but feel free.
Not now, Mac. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, or not to play, but we've had other guests, which is perfectly fine. Their animals kind of jump on their laps, and
exactly.
So that's great. Yeah,
going on with the animal communicator household. I'm so glad to be here. I've done a lot of animal transitions into pass, into their next life. And it's a wonderful place to be with people and help them through it and help their animals through it. So
yeah. So this kind of leads us to first question I like to ask many of my guests. So how did you get into this intuitive animal communication? I know I mentioned that you were, in the Navy for a retired Navy officer. So
yeah.
I assume like pretty good stretch. So how was your journey to get from where you were to what you're doing today?
That's a great question, because I'm like, you don't think it's a direct line from Navy officer to animal communicator? What? It's not.
Yeah, I know that one.
Not. So I wasn't. I'm also got to say, in all honesty, I was not born an animal communicator. I didn't come out of the womb with them. I know people who are intuitive from a young age with animals. I picked it up later in life. And that's actually good news for everybody who doesn't feel like they're there. We're equipped physically with our intuition and our stuff to pick and learn this stuff. So I'm here to tell you I learned it. I was so Navy did me a great honor of showing me so many different kinds of people, cultures, lands. Just opened my mind up, which, it's a good start for learning to do other things.
Sure.
And I got into, after I retired, I got into learning energy healing and became a Reiki master.
Mm-hmm.
And my dog started communicating with me. This is before I had cats. And my first one was my dog, Timmy, who passed. And I've told this story many times. I'm at the stove cooking dinner badly.
Mm-hmm.
And I look over out of the corner of my eye. Here he is. He's a full body apparition. He always had one ear up and one ear down. And he's smiling at me. And I go, Timmy. And he's gone. But he came back to tell me he was okay. So I knew he survived death and he was happy and he still loved me. And that was such a big gift. And then my other dogs started communicating with me. I hope you find this a funny story. So,
tell it. Please
so I had worked on my dog Eddie at end of life. Eddie's a girl. My kids named her. So, and although I know I helped her transition, she still passed. And Mitsubishi, my husky, was there and he watched. So after she passed, he was starting to get some hip issues. And I was doing some healing on his hips. And we were on the couch, where we always are. Mm-hmm. And at the time, this is what I thought. He looked at me and I thought, if he could speak, he just told me, don't try that SH, on me. It killed Eddie. And he jumped off the couch. And I'm like, what did you just say? So it's pretty funny in retrospect, but I learned that animals can misconstrue, our intentions sometimes. And when I got good at communicating, I said, no, I didn't hurt her. I helped her through her transition, and he let me do energy healing for him. But that's also a clue to you all. If you start to think, if my dog, my cat, my horse, my rabbit could talk, they just communicated with you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So then my dog Tibor came in, and he had a rough start after Mitsubishi passed. Tibor would sit on the same couch, and I would sit next to him, and I would see this vision of a man in a really thick suit, protective suit, and maybe a big dog like a German Shepherd coming up and biting his arm. And that's training for guard dogs, as far as I understand. And it happened more than once. So I said, okay, this is it. I need to find out what the heck's going on. And that's when I got trained in animal communication and learned to do it on purpose. And I loved it. I loved working with people. When somebody cares enough to to connect with me about their animal. Their heart is full and open, and so we're really working from a loving space.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the animal's driving them nuts, like they're not
Right.
peeing or pooping in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a short version of how I got to what I'm doing now.
Yeah, great. And I think it's so important what you highlighted in your story, that, you know, there are many paths to energy healing, animal communication. Like you said, some people have been doing it since even before they came out of the womb.
Yeah.
Others start later in life, you know, and I think that's important, that, you know, there are different paths to do it. So that's, I think, a word of encouragement for those that have been kind of on the fence, like, can I do it? Only to whatever, you know, just do it. Yeah, if you get guided to play with it, go for it.
Yeah, and I didn't even realize that till I was inviting my friend Debbie into my class, and she says, "Well, I just don't think I have the ability." And I thought, "Oh, that is what's stopping people. You think you were born with it, or it's like turning something on."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
On a light switch and being open to receiving the messages.
Yep, and just practicing.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Well, great. So, yeah, obviously a major part of your work in the intuitive animal communication is with, as you said, transitions, you know. So I said at the beginning of the show, people, you know, moving into new family, the animal move on to the next lifetime. So what's kind of the thing that gets people in the door for, you know, because they've probably kind of been, I don't know, some people maybe go immediately say, I need to call Mary Beth. Others probably been trying to do it on their own and go, I finally need some help. So who kind of sees you?
Well, yeah, that's a great question. People who, let's see, they're not sure what to do next. So most everybody at this time are kind of tuned into their animals, and they see them, maybe they're getting older, so you got the age factor, and maybe they're not eating, or they're not walking, and they're taking them to the vet. I love that you said, see a vet.
Mm-hmm.
Same here. I'm not a veterinarian. But they don't know quite what to do. Their vet is giving them information, and they're looking for more information. So around physical issues,
yeah,
people come to me like they want to know, how much pain is my animal in? Where are they feeling it? And I do intuitive medical scans, so I can say, you know, the right hip is hurting, or stomach's really upset. And sometimes I do have a sense of if that's from the medication, and they might switch the medication. They might like say, are they ready to go? And that's a tough question to ask.
Yeah.
You can get in there and ask them, and sometimes it's a yes, and sometimes it's a no.
Yeah.
So I got a story, because we got to laugh, because this is a hard subject.
Sure. Absolutely.
People brought me in an older dog. Let's just say it's a bulldog, and he was diagnosed with cancer. And they wanted to know, he was really acting up, and they wanted to know if he was ready to transition. So I check in with him.
Yeah.
And they had brought a puppy into the household and to help them with the transition. And turns out he basically said to me, there's only been one dog in this house. And now they brought the puppy in, they're going to get rid of me.
Oh, yeah.
No. So he wasn't ready to go. He thought they were ready to kick him out. And you know, I talked to the people, and we reassured him that he was there for as long as his life continued, you know, just enjoy himself. And so he calmed down, and then he heard me say, and I wasn't even realizing he was still listening to me, because I was saying to myself, I don't know how these people put up with this puppy who's been barking the whole time. Yeah. And he says to me, there are advantages to losing your healing when you grow old.
Oh.
And he's saying like, I don't get to hear that dog quite as much as you do. So I laughed, because he had a good sense of humor. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So So we get that kind of there, and I get a feel for how much life force they have,
Yeah.
and there's that sort of thing. Because it's not a, it's kind of a snapshot. It doesn't. I never predict. You can't, right, Mark?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know that one.
So sometimes after you do something with them, they'll perk up and they'll keep going. Sometimes they'll move on. It's really depends. So there's also the transitions. I even had a dog I worked with whose mom was going into hospice.
Mm-hmm.
So he had some choices about where he was going to go next.
Yeah.
And we were able to ask him, and he ended up with one of her daughters.
Okay.
Transitions into the family, especially animals who've been fostered or have been, they've been taken back to the rescue place a few times.
Return. Yeah.
Yeah, they need a little help when somebody says, "I'm committed to this animal." They're not going back, and you can help them through that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure you know that. So that's a few of the ideas of things that I work with, and why you call me.
Yeah, well, great. I'm going to check the comment box and see who's on this morning.
All righty.
Okay, let me make this bigger here and go down the comment box. So, okay, let's see. We have Melinda. Melinda Eichenmiller, I believe. Okay, she shared that. Thank you, Melinda. You want to type back in where you're viewing today? Yeah, she also wrote, how lovely. Thank you, Melinda. Let's see. Comments. Oh, am I not seeing the other comments? Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Melinda's from Delaware.
Oh, Melinda, not far. I got a good friend up in Delaware. Yay.
Okay, yeah. Mary Beth is located in the general DC metro area, Northern Virginia.
Down in Alexandria, Melinda, by Mount Vernon, by George Washington's house.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Beautiful up there. Let's see. Okay. And also, Melinda wrote a set of questions. So we'll go. Can you see it? Let me scroll back up a little bit. Okay. Sorry, I'm seeing some things. I'm not. Okay. Yeah. The question from Melinda. What education experience did you go through? I'm a pet groomer and I want to look into animal behavior specialist because I'm really gifted in reading animals' energy. Great question.
That is a great question. So I did an online program first with Lori Spagna, and then I jumped in deeper with Joan Ranquette. Yes. She has been communicating with All Life University. Because if you're going to do
great book, no?
Oh my goodness, it is.
Energy, sorry, I'm trying to get at the camera. Energy Healing for Animals. Yeah, by Joan.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm the coordinator for her, teacher coordinator for her right now. She has an excellent program. There's online and then in person. Now I teach I have to say I teach a class to teach people to connect to their own animals. I'm not teaching people to do it professionally.
Yeah.
So that's where I go if you're going to be a professional.
Yeah.
If you want to start out, you want to like dip your toes in, work with me, I get you started.
Yeah.
So she's really good.
Okay, great. Thank you. Excellent question. Thank you, Melinda. Okay, and let's see. And we have Kim from Wisconsin. She was the viewer that visited me this weekend in Madison, Wisconsin at the fair. So thank you for joining us. Let's see. All right. So would you like to do some mini readings? We have a few questions in the chat box. So so as I said, I believe Mary Beth would just like the name of your animal, dog, cat, whatever. And also kind of like, what are your like 1 or 2 burning issues that you'd like answers to? You pretty much
a little bit about, is it dog, is it cat, was it look like, just how old? And then, so I just want to get kind of when I'm conducting, it helps me to really hone in on them. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go back. There was, Okay, Melinda has a question. We'll start there.
Okay.
Okay, her dog is Ace. What is my dog Ace thinking?
I would like to have a more specific question.
Okay. So
Of,
Melinda, yeah, if you can write back in and home, bake, like, is it,
I connected to
like
him.
food or whatever question you have, right?
Yeah. If there's certain behaviors, I'll get you better information, honestly, Kim. I mean, honestly, Melinda.
Okay, let's see. And there was another question. Huh? All right. Oh. Oh, okay. Let's see. She wrote back. Ace knows every trick in the book, but will not stay. I don't know, like stay at home, or like does he run away?
He knows every trick in the book, but he
That's
wants
what she wrote in. Again, is it like, does he run away, Melinda? Does he like not stay, or can you again just a little bit more specific? Let me see here.
Yeah, I'm really connecting. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So again, if you have any more questions for Mary Beth, please write them in. This is an excellent opportunity. All right. So over the years, what have been some of your favorite client success stories?
Well, one story that I really loved was with a lady and her dog, Naomi and Clarice. Clarice had night terrors. This is the dog. And they were expanding through the day. So she came home from work one time and the house was torn up. This is a big dog, German Shepherd Husky mix. And she had even gotten to the point where I think she broke some glass and there was, blood. So it was very tough. So we did some energy healing. And first we connected to find out what the issue was.
Yeah.
Where it was coming from. And then we did some energy work and Clarice came back. She said she started doing the husky roo. And if you've ever heard a husky do it, you know what I'm talking about. That's just like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, really cute. She said acting like a puppy again. And that was really important because she was afraid of getting kicked out of the apartment where she was renting. And so being able to do that was just lovely. I love connecting with animals around their transitions. My friend Debbie that I talked to, her cat Chasworth we asked him how he was doing, and he showed me a picture. And we grew up in Buffalo, New York, so this is a very apt picture. Lots of snow. He was on a toboggan. This is a cat on a toboggan with a little scarf flying behind him, and he's tobogganing down the slope of snow very fast. And it took me a little while, but I figured out he was saying to Debbie, I'm going downhill fast physically, and I'm happy about it. I'm excited. So she knew that when the time came for her to let him go, he would be okay. And the other thing that he communicated later on when it was getting really close is that he didn't want to die alone. And this was important because Debbie went to work every day and Chas was by himself. So she knew that she needed to set up a time when the time came so she could be with him when he passed. And when you know what your animals want, and you can do that for them, there's a bit of sweetness in that memory that maybe wouldn't have been there without knowing what's going on. So that was pretty lovely. I had another dog who had neurological problems, and he was holding on. I saw him in person.
Yeah.
With shape. And I said, what are you waiting for? And he said he wants to party. And the woman's boyfriend who was in the room with us said, oh, we give him a birthday party every year. And we invite the cousins, and we invite the cousins' dogs, and we have a doggy birthday cake. And so they knew he really wanted that birthday party before he was transitioning. So it really helped a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Melinda wrote back.
Thank you, Melinda.
Yeah, let me post her comment.
I'm really connected to Ace, but I want to make sure I give you some.
Yeah.
Like
stay still, like sit and stay.
So what's going on with this boy? Hi, Ace. I'm sorry, I'm looking over here because I always feel like they're sitting to my left.
Yeah, that's fine.
I feel like this is, well, here's it emotionally, that this is a lovely guy who's almost got what I've seen in kids, ADHD, where he'll sit and say, okay, I did it. Let's go on. The stay part is like, no. He's getting the sit, but he's like, no, I can't sit still. It's almost like Melinda's almost like physical, like a little kid who fidgets, the first grader who's the teacher drives them nuts because they're always doing this and they're doing this. And so even if this is an older dog, this still feels like there's a young puppyish part that just, has having a hard time just sitting. Take the time. Let me tell Ace right now, Melinda, she'd really like it if you just sat and let her walk away, because that's part of growing up. That you can stay, and you will make Melinda so happy, Ace, if you just sat there and waited, and know that she's going to let you up again. She's probably going to give her some, treats. And you're going to get to move again, but just try it and then try it again. You will make her so happy. So sometimes, Melinda, all of that's all it takes sometimes if they're listening. And I'm feeling like we're connected. So I got my fingers crossed. I did that, Mark, I did that with a little cat who wasn't eating. And it was after a workshop. And I just checked in with Ghirardelli and told him how much he'd make Mary Ellen happy if he started eating again, and it would keep him on the planet. And she said he started eating again. So yeah. So Melinda, just even say, remember what Mary Beth said. Just try it out, boy. I know you can do it. You love me, and
yeah, great. Yeah, she actually gave some feedback already. Let me see. Let me scroll down. For those that are just joining, Mary Beth is doing some live mini readings of your animal. So you have like one or two burning questions you have about your animal, please send it in. Name of your animal, dog, cat, horse, whatever, and kind of what your question, like one or two burning questions.
Yeah, that really helps me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's specific is better. Okay. So Melinda wrote back some comments. So I think this is the very beginning of your reading. She wrote in the comment, yes, that you were on target about him. And another comment she wrote, my son has ADHD.
Oh, so you gotta do, bless you, my mom, bless you.
Yeah.
So this is where Mama spiritual leadership comes in, where which is so, and I bet you know this, Melinda, anyway, so I'm preaching to the choir, but the more you learn about managing your own energy, and one being of just calmness, and I'll say this in a couple different ways, holding the space for each one of these boys to start to grab onto the abilities to focus, and just knowing that they can show up that way. I know that's part of not the solution, but just bringing that reality into, bring that bringing you into their timeline, as Mark, as you would say, into that new timeline where both these guys kind of grab hold of that ability to focus and do what they need to do. So hopefully you know what I'm talking about. You start working on your own energy.
Yeah.
Manifest.
Melinda says also she wrote in that her son was 3 years old, and also she say thanks. I feel we are connected and work with animals every day. So
yeah,
cool.
I think a lot of the good pill dog, groomers, good veterinarians, heart-centered veterinarians, they are connected. Even dog trainers who are heart-centered, they're already doing a good job of picking up stuff. So yay.
Great. All right, let's see. Yeah, go ahead. All right, let's see. Okay. Oh, Ace is 3. I guess.
Ace is 3. Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if I have any more questions. Again, if you're just jumping on the call, okay, we do have from Kim. Let me post it.
Okay.
Okay. My dog Rosie and Gracie get so scared and pace the house or come to me when my 14-year-old or 14-year-old dog, I'm not sure, loses his temper and yells in the house. They come to me or walk to me when my son gets disruptive. What do they need from me when this happens? What are they thinking or wanting from me? I try to calm him down as much as I can when he gets like this.
Okay, that's a great question. Just pardon me while I get quiet for a second.
Sure.
I got a picture of you being almost a superhero. You know when the superhero brings out the shield?
Mm-hmm.
I've experienced this in certain relationships as well. So if you picture that you are shielding them, if you stand up with that shield and they're behind you and you're filling up with lots of unconditional love and saying, you guys, whether you can say it out loud because animals do understand, and then have that feeling of, I am projecting, I am the superhero in this family, and that stuff cannot touch you. You are okay. You are lovely animals. It has nothing to do with you. And I'm telling these guys as well right now, you two, you can be sure that it's Kim, right?
Kim, yes.
Kim is going to surround you with love and protection, and you can just relax no matter where you are. Because teenagers, you're going to be dealing with that for a while, and just go for it. And Kim, so that's the best thing you can do is to just tell them you've got their backs, you're going to protect them, and you feel like you're building a love shield around them. I mean, people talk about bubbles of surrounding. I see it more like a superhero.
Yeah.
thing. And they would really like that. They know you're in that place anyway, so I'm just moving you forward to doing it officially. Yeah. So frustration, anger, anything with the son. If you can let that go for a little bit and just keep them focus on giving them love and protection.
Great.
Okay. They're feeling it. They're feeling it. Okay, good.
Yeah. So Kim, if you'd like to write back and see how that resonates with you, or feedback, thank you. All right. Melinda wrote another question. I'll post it.
Okay.
Do you see pets on the other side?
I do. I forgot to say, I wrote a book, Peace in Passing, Comfort for Loving Humans During Animal Transitions. And I do pick up and talk to animals who have passed. Some of the most wonderful sessions I've had is with people who are still dealing with their grief,
Yes.
and it's really tough for them if there's some guilt around decisions that they made. Did I hold them too long? Did I let them go? Somehow they passed in a way that, as humans, we look back and say, "Oh, if only I had, if only I had,"
Yeah.
and that just lingers. So, yeah, I bring the animals in and we have conversations because almost always in a so I will say 100% in a loving relationship, the animal is okay. And so just bringing them to have that conversation with you, it brings a lot of healing. It really does. And sometimes the animals need to know that too, that you're okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do. Find out what they're doing on the other side.
Yeah. This is Melinda wrote back, and maybe this is something Melinda wants to pursue more in depth. She could book a session with Mary Beth. She said, "I had a Maine Coon named Snickers for 15 years. I miss him so much."
Oh my goodness.
So.
Oh yeah. Because I think this is something everybody knows, but we don't say it. I believe love is eternal. We even with our animals, and we get unconditional love from our animals that we, as humans, we find hard to give and get. But but our animals are pretty good. Most of our animals are pretty good at that. And so when people talk about soul families, I've been saying this a lot. I think that we talk about human beings, but I think it includes our animals.
Oh, absolutely.
And for those of us who believe, and you don't have to, but who think about it, animals, I have seen animals come back into families. So, and I'm not preaching here. This is just my belief system.
Absolutely.
But that's also something that I've seen happen. Or else you just notice an animal with a lot of personality traits and you think, how nice.
Yeah.
They remind me of the other one. If that's not somewhere you go, you just think maybe your animal is just kind of reminding you that they're still around through this animal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. So Kim wrote back. I'll post a comment. Thank you so much for your words that reaffirm what I've been trying to do for the dogs.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, exactly. And that's what they need. So you're right on target. I had, so in connecting with animals who've passed, I had and I can tell this story because I've already shared it. A horse, Callie, passed, and I was there helping. Well, I was there in spirit helping her transition because I had worked with her before she passed.
Yeah.
And Mary's other horse, Izzy, who's still around, she was with her, and Izzy started doing a certain laugh that only Callie did. And so they had been friends, and so we were pretty. In fact, I was very sure that Izzy sort of let Callie just come in and physically say hi to Mary through this. And it wasn't like anything terrible. It was just like a peeking through Izzy to say, "Hey, Mary, I'm still around." It was so delightful. It was really delightful to hear that story.
Absolutely. Yeah. Cool. All right. Let me again. Anyone just jumped on the call. We're Mary Beth's doing some mini readings of your animals. Please give your animal's name, horse, dog, cat, whatever it is, and also like one or two burning issues on your plate. We have one more. So yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll come back. Melinda wrote something about Ace. Come back to that in a minute. I wanted to ask you something you raised earlier in our conversation about transitions. When people like return an animal they adopted from a shelter and then return, does a quote unquote workout or whatever. Do you work with a lot of animal shelters, like to clear out the space, or healings with the animals, or what's been your experience? Because I guess I have my own story, but wanted to hear your.
I haven't worked. So I have worked with animals. Usually, it's with the people who have adopted them.
Yes.
I have also worked with animals through a trainer in Colorado, Anna Malara, and she's in the Denver area, and I'm still reaching out to local rescue areas. Sure. They're. I'm just working on that. So, but I have had some good luck with animals coming in, and not 100%. Some animals are tough.
Sure. Oh yeah.
But I have had some great luck with helping them integrate and be into the family and let go of the past.
Yeah.
Close the door on that. So I was curious what you had some.
Well, a couple things. What you said about people that adopt from shelters. I always tell people, your animal went through a lot of trauma and abuse. Change will happen over a period of time. Yeah, because sometimes we all I know I do too. The one and done, and it happens sometimes. That one, like you said, I know on your site. Sometimes one session is what that animal needs. If it's in overall pretty good shape, that may be one or a couple. But I always tell people with trauma and abuse, that's a period of time.
It is a period of time, yeah. And well, I think my best example is Tibor, who's out on his walk.
Yeah,
he came in with fear aggression. He was obviously an outside dog. This is my own dog. Got him in 2012. Lots of scars, broken teeth. So you can just guess that there's some tough things happening there.
Oh yeah.
So it took some time to just he wouldn't walk in the door. Mm-hmm. You couldn't pull him in the door. So we had to slowly invite him into the house. I'm not a dog trainer. I'm just doing this intuitively, right?
Yes.
So I really knew we had turned the corner when he was on the bed with me. And when my husband came to bed, he was showing his teeth and growling, scary stuff, like,
yeah,
me and her, buddy. So I had a conversation with him about, I got him a new bed instead of him being on my other dog's bed. So
yes.
Tibor, you have to share it. This is mine and Chuck's bed, and you are a guest. And then you have to, this is your bed. And so we're not going to sleep on your bed unless invited.
Yeah.
And so over time, he got that. And but I had to do funny things with him. I'd like if he got into the growly thing, I'd start growling and then turning into a song. So he'd be like, instead of growling.
Yeah.
So we did that. And then he got nervous about the cats walking by, and when we got the cats. And so I had to pet him and say, no, Mac just wants to be a friend. And he turned the growl into like, oh, okay. It's kind of like Eeyore.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then, so we're talking 2012 to now. This last week, he actually let Mac headbutt him.
Oh, wow.
So that's a while, and we just keep with love.
Yes.
Bringing him closer to being that dog he always wanted to be. That's how I say it. You know, loving, happy, in the family dog.
Yeah. Great.
You are so right. It's generally not an overnight.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. I help just so people know. So yeah. So as we're getting ready to close today's show, any final thoughts you want to leave today's audience with, or those that are seeing on replay that maybe great for them to hear at this moment?
I think we touched on it. One thing is you can be the person who sets the vibrational or emotional tone for your animals. And when we start to check our own emotions and clear them out, we do our animals such a service to just help them be the best animal that they can be. So I'm asking you to just look at that all the time, even when you're irritated with them. Work to let that go, and then come back and work with them from a place of strength and love. The other thing I want to say is to folks whose animals get a tough they just tend to the vet, and they've been told their animal has something that's really tough to hear, like maybe cancer.
Yeah.
I think you should. Oh, I hate starting that way. I suggest that you not know. Get in your head, but you don't know how it's going to turn out. Animals have a lot more resilience. Many of them do, and they stick around. And just walk into with, I'm going to do the best we can. We don't know the end of this story. There's a dog, Rudy. About 2 years ago, I checked in with him for his person, for Kathy. And I said, look, he's got a lot of life force in him. I know he's got a diagnosis of cancer, but this guy really feels like it. And she's like, you got to be kidding me. The vet said he had 6 months to live, and we're at the 6 month point.
Yeah.
What? He lived for 2 more years. I'm just saying this is part of, please, this part of your helping your animals, even with those tough diagnoses. We don't know how this is going to turn out. And hold that space for them, because we just don't know. And that's, I just want to give that idea to you guys. So, yeah.
I think that's very important. Recently been through a situation where a family member, older up in years, has had some health challenges, and thought that might be the moment that the person would exit, and the person's still here, and asked, why am I still here? And at the same time, in at least my worldview, we're all meant to be here for as long as we're meant to be here. There are we all hear stories of people or animals that are in really tough situations, and it really is, for me, often a quote unquote a miracle that they are still here, but they are, and they're meant to be here as long as they're
I feel like those decisions, just give me another second or two. It's almost like a highway. I live in DC, so we got a lot of exits off the Beltway, and it feels to me like we have a couple choices to exit, and sometimes we think, oh my goodness, they're going to take this exit, and they veer off, and they cut somebody else off. This is what happens in my area, and they go. And then finally they say, okay, this is it. This is the exit I'm taking. So we just don't know. We just don't know.
That's a great analogy. And I think for me, for myself, kind of being at peace with that, that we do, like I said, the best we can to support the person, the animal, and then we surrender in a positive sense of letting go. So, I've done what I can, and be at peace with whatever the outcome is.
Thank you.
So, well, great.
Yeah.
So Mary Beth, if people would like to follow up with you, what's the best way to reach out to your website, social media? Please share.
So I have a website, sacredgrove.com, SACREDGROVE.com. And as a little joke, it's not Scary Grove. I don't care if it's Halloween, but I've heard that one, Scary Grove, and like that. And it's not Sacred Groove, although that's it isn't. And if you sign up for my newsletter, I tell a lot of good animal stories, and you also get 5 things your pets want to know. So there's a good place. I have a group called Spiritual Pet People. That you can join on Facebook, and I also have a page, Sacred Grove. So I would love, if you join me there, love to have you.
Yeah, well, great.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Mary Beth, for the conversation, for the animal ratings. I know the viewers greatly appreciated them. They always do. And so please reach out to Mary Beth and follow up because she has a lot more. You got a great taste today, and there's a lot more that she does. So thank you, Mary Beth.
Thank you for having me. This is so great, Mark. I appreciate all that you're doing for pets and people. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And thank you all for being with us today, either live or on replay. As you know, we go live on the air every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Please remember to comment, like, and share. Love today's episode. Again, if you're seeing this on YouTube, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the People and Pets channel. Each week, we bring leading-edge guests in the areas of holistic health and wellness for people, animals, and spaces. My guest next week will be Brenda Lainoff. She's a life coach, intuitive healer, and channeler of light language. You'll have a wonderful opportunity to learn from Brenda, and she'll be doing some mini readings and leading us through some light language processes. You'll find out what it is. It's very cool stuff. And often it's a tool that when people are stuck, it will move them in short order. So join us next Tuesday on the People and Pets page with Brenda Lainoff. Again, thank you all for being here. And if there's anything I can be of help for either your people, animal, or spaces, please reach out to me at peopleandpetsenergetics.com or on my Facebook page, People and Pets Energetics. Thanks again to Mary Beth and the guests that are seeing this. Everyone have a great day and a blessed week, and we'll be in touch soon. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.